All right, what's up? Welcome to the Gossip Intellectual Podcast. You hear that? Pop. With me, comedian Royce Wynn, where we talk about sports, politics, entertainment. My peas are popping today for some reason. Little popping noise. Happy to be here. It's Friday. You made it. Okay, hopefully you survived your Juneteenth celebrations. I had a good Juneteenth, man. You know, I woke up, I thought about last year. I remember I went out for a little bit, and I came home tipsy right in time for the Kendrick Lamar concert, and it was just one of those things where I don't know, the energy surged and everybody was just together, and it was just this electric night. So I acknowledge that online on TikTok. It's like, just remember that Kendrick Lamar gave us one of the best Juneteenths ever. Okay, I didn't grow up celebrating Juneteenth. You know, a lot of people, even the country itself, didn't start acknowledging Juneteenth until 4 or 5 years ago. And when did Biden made it a national holiday? 2 or 3 years ago. So yeah, kind of at the beginning of the universal acknowledgement of Juneteenth. Kendrick Lamar is at the forefront of it, and it was a hell of a night. So, you know, despite my situation, I was like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this day. You know, you're always working. You're always hustling, trying to figure something out. And just, you know what, Royce, take some time to yourself. And it felt good. I tried to sleep in. That didn't work. But had a solid amount of sleep. And, you know, got my coffee. Oh, yeah. So then I went to... okay, I did put it on there. The coffee shop. Right? Coffee shop is packed. Holiday. I was like, at least it's open. Part of me was like, why is it open on Juneteenth but closed on other days? But whatever. We want the same respect for our holiday as all the other holidays. Right? What did Trump say? It's too many holidays where people are not working. We're going to have to change that. And he just happened to mention it on Juneteenth. Why are the blacks having a good time? Why are they enjoying themselves at the government's expense? Right? So pretty much if you work for the government right now, you're just going to be working. He don't like you to have no days off. He don't want you to work from home. He just wants you to suffer while he goes golfing, pretty much. So anyway, you just never know what you're going to get in New York. And you would think in a city full of chaos and things going on, people would be considerate. Now, there are a good number of people who are just, I realize I'm in a city where you have to be more considerate because everything's enclosed. We're together a lot more than other cities. You got to share the sidewalk. You got to share your seats. You got to share on the subway. It's just everything. You have to constantly just be aware of people around you and what's going on and be mindful. You have to work around it. This is not a capitalist city, even though this is the rich city. I've never seen wealth like this ever in my life till I moved here. But it is more like a socialist city. Like, you have to work together. Like, if you don't work with people, if people don't think about and acknowledge other people. So it just blows my mind when people are driving a car super fast. Toure did a great post about, listen, if the car in front of you is not moving, it's for a reason. Okay? Stop honking your horn so aggressively. They're not stopped for a reason. Maybe take a look around. It's a busy city. A lot of things going on. There's always a truck or something in the way. Somebody's always had some type of injury. New York got more injuries in the NBA Finals. Okay? There's always an ambulance or a fire truck. So just be a little patient. Stop honking the horn and blasting everybody's eardrums out. So with that being said, there was a guy, I had to sit outside because it was busy. All right. Also annoying. Like, don't bring a whole family to a small Brooklyn coffee shop, please. But anyway, whole families are in there. All right. I don't even know if it was for the holiday. They're just being annoying. And this dude walking down the street blasting the music, right? The Bluetooth speaker, which always blows my mind when people do that. It's like, how do you know people want to hear what you're listening? You're that arrogant that you think what you're listening to is so hard, so saucy, that everybody around you, no matter what age, ethnicity, or social economic background, want to listen to your music. Hey. What was he playing? I don't even remember. It was hip hop. All right. So he walks past, and you're just like, okay, whatever. That was, a minute of my time. Comes back. Okay, and I'm sitting outside, right? I chose to sit further away from the cafe. Like, the cafe was like my left hand, and I was like over here, right? Because it was just a little bit more shade. I was like an inkling shade. It was like 90 degrees for Juneteenth before they were just like, we gotta bring some rain on this because this is too hot. Right? So then he comes back around the corner, just blasting the song in the back of my head, music in the back of my head. But he goes inside the apartment, but then he leaves the door open. It was like he purposely was doing this to annoy everybody. I do think like people that do that, they're just angry at the world and they just want to make everybody annoyed. So then a woman comes up. I'm like, can you please close the door? She's like, I'm getting ready to go inside. She closes the door. Okay. We get 3 minutes apiece. Boom. He comes back out, stands in the door, blasting the music. I'm like, oh my God. So, it's a holiday. People want to enjoy it. It was 2 other girls on the table in front of me. They couldn't even enjoy their time together. Eventually, somebody got up. I went back inside. Then I go inside. And this dude ordering his prescription out loud on the speakerphone in the cafe. This lady just looked at him like, are you serious? Right now, I said, you know what? Let me just go. I got a little bit of coffee left. Let me just go. So it just blows me that grown people don't know how to act around other grown people in a city where now you can argue in old Brooklyn. They used to walk around with speakers. Tracy Morgan is at the airport ruining everybody's airport experience because he felt like he had to bring Brooklyn to the airport. But times have changed. Okay, people want some peace around them. So anyway, that's how my day started. And this really nice lady gave me a whole bottle of Reposado tequila. So I've been waiting to open it. I was like, I can't wait to open it. And it was a perfect day to crack that open. And I had some leftover margarita mix. And so I was enjoying some margaritas, some homemade margaritas. And I was so proud of myself because I drank like an adult. I just poured a little bit, then a lot of margarita mix. A little bit, then margarita. So I had like 3, but I wasn't lit. Okay? And I was having a good time. I don't know what I was doing. What was I doing? I was TikToking, watching YouTube or whatever. And oh my God, I have like a butt naked booty on my computer. It keeps distracting me. Okay, so then I went to Fort Greene, and it's cloudy, right? Fort Greene Park, famous park. They have a lot of stuff there. I was like, they'll have something going on there. My friend was like, we're going to Harlem. I was like, I don't want to go all the way to Harlem. So I go and I see the clouds. I'm like, it's about to rain. I don't think I'm going to make it to the park. And I was like, well, I was like, I just want to go. I was like, Royce, you need to just get out of the house because you get in the house, you get in your head. So it's good to just get out, be around people sometimes for me. I think I said that last podcast. Yeah, it's always good when Royce gets out the house. He's just in a better place. So I'm walking. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to do a circle, and then I'll go to a coffee shop. Then I see lightning and thunder is like, no, Royce, don't keep walking. Just Royce, don't do it. Right? So I'm like, let me turn around. And then what are those things? The awnings, the metal things where sometimes they just have covers on the sidewalk. I didn't even make it to the bar. It just started coming down, but luckily I ran underneath that. So I didn't get wet. Right? I was watching people come in underneath the thing. They were getting wet. People had their dogs. Dogs were getting wet. But it came down so hard and so fast. I was just like, it was one of those rains where you're just like, okay, it was just so hot. You know, we had to get some precipitation. And it came down for a good, it was only like 10 to 15 minutes. Right? And then I went in, what I got like a water, right? Chilled out for a little bit. Then I went to the park, and it was nice. I walked around a little bit. A couple people were out there walking around. Let's be honest, I went to see the outfits and the girls, and so had some fun with that. Just taking the energy too, right? Took a couple pictures while I was out there. Then the rain looked like it was coming down again. Okay. So I was walking, and this time I didn't quite make it. Okay, but it didn't come down as hard. So I jogged, went back to the same place, had some dumplings, and waited the rain out a little bit. Did a TikTok about Emi Udoka. Then got on the train, walked to the train. Train came right away. I feel like that's how New York days go. Like if it starts out bad, then it ends good. If it starts out good, then it always ends bad. Like your day always evens out. You have long days in New York, you just never know what's gonna happen. So I was like, the train came right away. I had a nice time. I had a nice time being out, being in the park. And just relaxing, watching people. People were playing tennis. They were playing jazz, listening to the tennis, right? So the layout, they usually do something. They did like a Father's Day thing. So they didn't have the whole layout area. It would have been nice to do the DJ and dancing and stuff. So I don't know if they're gonna do anything this weekend. So then I was like looking for parties to go to. And there was this place, so like deep in Bushwick on this area called Scott Avenue. It was like 4 or 5 clubs all together, right? And the club that I saw was Honey's that I wanted to go to. My friend was like, I want to go to Silo, which was like right next door. So I was like, all right, cool. We'll just go out there. Okay, but I kind of wasn't going to go. I was watching the NBA Finals. The Pacers were on fire. I was tipsy. I was comfortable. I was like, I don't know. But then the Pacers, they were up by like 20 by halftime. So I was like, all right, some point in sitting here watching this. So I go out there and it's lit up. It's just people everywhere. I can't believe I saw the same YN. I was like, oh, there's too many YNs out here. I don't like this. They're just rowdy, calling out girls. Like I was like, I thought this part of New York was over. They were like, what up, fat booty? I was like, you yelling out fat booty at the girls. So it's just people on top of cars yelling. I didn't like the energy. It was just too rambunctious and loud. And I was like, okay. All right, I'm definitely at lounge age. I don't like all this. The line was around the corner. So we went to the one next door, and we knew the doorman, and it was house music. And I was like, okay, I could deal with that house music. It was cool. I didn't know quite how to vibe to it. Like, I know how to dance to hip hop and hip hop only, and then a couple line dances, and that's my bag. Right? Line dances and hip hop. But I was having a good time, just being out, talking to the homie, talking about comedy. And then everybody would start to come in, and the outfits were fire. Now this was my vibe. Okay, everybody was dressed nice. That I was checking out people's outfits. It was nice. People had like the slacks on with the cool little shirts with the nice little dress shirts. It was cool. Gen Z can dress. I was picking up on some of that stuff because I was looking at my fits. I was like, oh man, I almost didn't go out. I was like, these fits are horrible. So I threw something together, and a couple girls were looking at me. So I was like, okay, I look okay. Nobody's like, what is he doing here? So I was like, I halfway fit in. Um, so then they started playing Georgia Smith mixed with the house music. And, that goes together perfectly if you listen to Georgia Smith. So I've been on her a little bit this whole summer. Like, she had a couple joints, and I've been on her TikTok. And, her TikTok makes you like the music more because she's so cute and hot or whatever, and she'll do a little dance to the song in her little outfit. So I was feeling that, caught a vibe with that. And then, I was out there. I was just moving and grooving. I don't know, making up dances. I don't wanna be without your love. I don't wanna be without your love now, man. All right, so I was like, I'm definitely an extrovert. Like, I can't not dance when there's music. I just can't. So my homie was out. We were dancing a little bit. And it was cool. I liked the lights and everything. It was a nice place. If you go on my Instagram stories, you can see some of the videos I put up. It was a cool vibe. And I think they said Cash Cobain had been there earlier. And I had a couple deja vus. I was like, I think I belong here. This was supposed to happen. It feels eerily similar. And that was it. Then I got a little tired, and I was like, "Don't yawn! Oh my god, you look like the old dude yawning in the club." But then I realized I just didn't feel the vibe because then the last DJ, he was on point, right? Like, I know with comedy, sometimes people go to comedy shows like comedy is terrible, and it's like, no, you just need to see a good comic. And so once the last house DJ was on, everything was playing was hitting. Just boom, 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 boom. I was having a time. I was grooving. I put up a meme. I was like Delroy Lindo in that meme. Just right. So yeah, I said I was gonna leave at 1. My friend left. He could tell I was in a vibe. He was like, just stay, enjoy it. I was like, you're right. He could tell I wasn't ready to leave. So I stayed for like an extra 30 minutes, just vibing. Boom, 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 boom. Because I wanted to leave. I was like, I should probably leave. But he kept hitting. And then, New York being New York, the L train was down. Please, new mayor, make the trains dependable. Come on. Like, so I cannot have a whole night and then the L train just let me down like that. Now I got to spend $20 on an Uber. Thank God I was close to home. But I had a good time. So that was my Juneteenth, man. I hope you enjoyed it. However you did it, you can relax. I saw Paul Pierce was in the pool. He told his whole Juneteenth order when he was like, I got ribs, branzino, steak. Yeah, so I hope you ate good food. I hope you relaxed and caught up with family or friends or a girlfriend or whatever, or maybe you went out like I did and let loose a little bit. So enjoy my Juneteenth. Wasn't too bad. Did what I could with what I had. That's been the story of my life these days. So yeah, kind of a fun show today. All right, let's talk about the Pacers. Okay, so shout out to the Pacers, man. Handled OKC last night handsomely. Just blew them out the whole game. I think, the final score is they lost by like Because they lost by like 19, but they were about, I think, 30 at one point, 20. Like I said, I stopped watching at halftime. The Pacers just caught the Holy Ghost, man. When I saw Tyrese Halliburton step back and hit that three from close to the logo, I said, oh, it's over, right? So Siakam is doing dances on the plane. Like, they were feeling good. Okay. And nobody was expecting that after OKC kind of handled business. Last game is just like, oh, okay. All right, OKC is done playing with them. They're about to get them out of here. And you would have thought, okay, maybe the Pacers are making a run and OKC will come back. But no, the Pacers kept the lead. Everybody's saying Rick Carlisle is playing mind games, and the injury to Tyrese Halliburton wasn't as serious as they made it seem in the press, which from a veteran coach, I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, that's a smart move. But either way, OKC play defense. Like, what are you doing? But Siakam, however you say his name, was the main star. But what I was saying, Tyrese Halliburton is he's kind of like just like a motivational speaker, like just like Eric Thomas, like, you know how he talks to teams and they just end up winning because they just were so inspired. Like, him being around, being on the floor, his energy just makes them play better. And when he's hitting shots, it's just they always come together. So even if he doesn't have a great scoring game, people are always looking at his numbers. Just him being out there and being in a good space and not turning the ball over like the game before, it puts a fire in the Pacers. So they figured it out, man, and they were at home. It was loud. It was electric. It was like the Kendrick Lamar concert on Juneteenth. This Juneteenth was a Pacers concert. So yeah, some people. I saw one person. She said it was gonna go to Game 7. I was like, damn, I would have never thought that. I mean, hell of a season for the Pacers, man. I don't think anybody saw them doing all this. And I think we all just forgot they were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. And they can ball, and they have a veteran coach that knows what he's doing. And when they come together, OKC, man, they're just up and down. They're going back home, but now you don't know what's going to happen. But hell of a finals to see what's going to happen with them. And I mean, Shai, he stole that game 4, and then the Pacers stole game 1. So you don't know what's gonna happen. You think Shai might will them to win, but after a win like that, the Pacers are feeling good, and who knows? It's gonna be a hell of a game. So that'll be fun to watch on Sunday, man. And shout out to Indiana. They got a lot to celebrate right now. But that was just crazy. They were shooting. It was just one of those games where your team just gets a hot streak. The crowd is behind you. I said this before. They are the underdogs. They have more of a chip on their shoulder. I don't know what happened the game before. They were a little frazzled. They kept turning the ball over. But this game, they were like, no. It's not going to happen, all right? Giannis has been on live a lot, and he wants to stream. And his girlfriend was like, I don't think you should stream. He was like, no. That's how the Pacers were. They were like, no, we're not going to give it to you. You're not just going to come in here and take our dreams away. So the Pacers are dreaming, man, and they're playing hard, and they could do it. I mean, the story seemed like it was written for Shai Gilgeous, but maybe not. Maybe not. So it's gonna be exciting to see what they do. So shout out to the Pacers for blowing out Um, OKC, man, they've been sleeping. And Shaq was right. They shouldn't have let go of that game one. It would be over right now. But this is the NBA. These are professionals. You give people an inch, and they might take your championship. So again, I don't know why I don't like Tyrese Halliburton. I think it's just because he beat the Knicks. He's a nice kid. I don't want him to win for some reason. I think it's just because he's a confident, nice kid. He's like Reggie Miller. He's the new Reggie Miller. So you know who's not coming from behind is Diddy. What they canceled the trial. I forgot, like a day or two ago. But they've been having these summary witnesses who pretty much have been showing like all the receipts. Today they showed text messages from Cassie and her complaining that she didn't want to do the freak offs, and when she kind of stands up for himself, obviously he was abusive to her. The defense showed that she did admit to wanting to do the freak off sometimes, but overall it does show coercion, and her complaining about not getting her album out. And it said in the text messages, "You're treating me like a hooker." And then I wasn't sure he was talking about the album's not done. Like either Cassie, I think he was talking about Cassie's album, and he said he can't take this anymore or something like that. The only thing I was thinking, I was like, wow. That was funny. Yeah. So his assistant Brendan Paul, he basically like had all the substances for Diddy, and would clean up the rooms. And they said after the Cassie video was released, they started to go to residencies instead of hotels. It's like, you didn't think to take a break, maybe? Right? Like, just go relax, go on the beach. You know what I mean? So he had like a real strong addiction to these freak offs. He just couldn't stop. I don't know. I don't have that type of addiction. I've never been like that. I've always had like light addictions, but you know, and it's like, you know, simple stuff, TikTok, coffee, you know. So yeah, I don't have that type of personality. So I don't understand it, but I know a lot of people do have those type of personalities. But like he knew about the Rico, and he just kept going. You know, it was like the end of Casino. He just couldn't stop. I do feel like my life is like the end of Casino now. Like all the stuff I thought, I worried about, hoping didn't happen, is kind of happening. So kind of coming to fruition. I wonder. I'm like, should I be podcasting or should I just be like panicking and trying to figure out what to do? So I don't know. I'm trying to keep my skills and my entertainment job going while trying to stay afloat. But this is much different than doing crimes where the federal government has told you, hey, we're investigating you, and you just keep going. Like half this stuff was like after they told him, dog, or after the Cassie tape came out. A lot of it, not half, but some stuff, a good amount where it's just like you could have stopped. So they showed he had damaged the hotel. Some of the receipts where he had to pay $46,000 to clean the hotel. His assistant constantly talked about clean the hotel. Had to wear gloves, right? Didn't want to get substances. And I saw something where they said that you did see like somebody complain about having semen on them or something like that. So yeah, just the same old story. Another assistant who was underpaid, who we fired for no reason. He said he didn't have a Lululemon bag on him, and Diddy got mad. It was like, you're fired. I don't want to see you ever again. Right? So he would just, mentally play games with them. So I think the dude Brendan knew he wasn't fighting. He was like, I got the bag for him anyway, and obviously he ended up working for him again. So that's how he chose to manage and run things. Through just constant bullying and making people feel like they weren't gonna have a job, which I don't know if is the most positive way to run it. His assistant said it was complicated. The relationship, they asked like, how do you feel about Diddy? He said it was complicated. And so, I think everybody was the same. It's like, this is abusive, but I'm learning a lot. I'm having some fun, and I could possibly get ahead in life through this guy. But yeah, I would choose to have a nicer boss if I could. That's the thing. He didn't have to be this way. You don't have to be this way. I mean, people want to learn from you. People want to go hard for you. And he could have just been nice, but I don't know. He wanted to be this drug-filled, sex-filled monster. And it's cost him a lot in the end. And like I said, I thought about his legacy, and one day he's gonna talk about all this and all the stuff he did, and the question will be, why did you take it this way? But what I was thinking today is like, wow, after the Cassie tape and through him doing all this stuff, he still put out a really good album. He put out like an amazing R&B album, which I'm mad I can't listen to anymore. Wait, did the album come out before the tape? The Cassie tape? Oh, you know what? The album did come out before the Cassie tape. But either way, he had a lot going on. Let me see. I'm just trying to look up, when did the Diddy Love album? It was really close together. So he was working on that album 2023, and September 5th, 2023 is when the Diddy Love album came out. And when did Cassie Hotel video come out? May 17th, 2024. Okay, so the album came out almost a year before the Cassie video dropped. But he's being investigated. They knew what he was doing, but still a master of his craft throughout mastering other crafts. He was a master of his musical craft, and got in there and put out a great album, which will be disgraced and not be revered. So yeah, man, that's why I celebrate guys like Kai Cenat and guys that are just, not getting caught up in the power and the money. And we'll see how Kai Cenat finishes, but you can just do your work and have fun and be nice to people. And yeah, so I think the RICO's been proven over and over. A couple of people that I listened to said these receipts with the summary witnesses and the payments, and the summary witnesses are talking about how he was flying escorts in for the freak offs. So that shows the trafficking. So yeah, and what I read of RICO is like bribery, coercion, all that stuff. I feel like Diddy's done. So Diddy might be done. So we'll see what happens, but that's the update on Diddy. Okay, so weirdo billionaire news. This billionaire Sanjay Kapoor, I think's how you say his name, died from a bee flying in his mouth. Pretty wild. You know what I mean? I've had flies hit me in the eye multiple times. I've been stung by bees multiple times. A lot in my child. I feel like more bees were around in my childhood. I feel like the bees aren't around as much, right? Unless you're part of Beyonce's hive, there's no bees. But then again, that truck dropped, and all those bees fell out. So there might be more bees coming to you to a city near you soon. But yeah, I watched the report from a doctor, and they're saying like it might have blocked his airwave or something like that. But it's really, really random. Final Destination way to go out. And I don't know. With billionaires, you never know. But we've seen some horrible billionaire crimes. Usually it's like I don't know, some random hit by a car or a helicopter crash or something like that when billionaires want to get rid of each other. Haven't heard of a bee sting. He was playing polo. And 53 years old, a bee sting is a weird way to go. But not everybody's gonna go in a normal, peaceful way or the ways that we heard of. There's gonna be some weird ones out there, and a bee sting might be one of them. So it's always hard talking about these things because it's a weird way to go, and even though he is a billionaire and might have been evil. I don't think you should make fun of that stuff. Like the people in the thing that went underwater, the submarine. Still human beings. They still have families and people that love them. But I don't know. A bee sting. And now I'm like, worried about bees, all right? Because the doctor that I was talking about, he didn't even have any compassion or fear or anything. He was like, yeah, just to let you know, you could die from a bee. It could happen. It's like, I don't want to think about that. I'm always thinking about ways I can die. And a bee sting is one more thing I got to add to the list. Thanks, Doc. Now I'm killing the bees immediately. But what's the bees that don't sting? They said they just bite. I forgot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's the bees that I see. The thick ones. The skinny ones are the ones that apparently can kill you. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. Okay, another crazy story. The guy that created the Telegram app, okay, Pavel Durov, Paveldurov. And remember last year, the story came out that his app was being used by criminals and he didn't do anything to stop it. Now, of course, he's going to say, it's not my fault. Criminals are using my app. But I think it's more like a Facebook thing where it's like you probably were aware and knew these things were going on and you decided not to do anything about it. I'm sure that's what the people prosecuting them are going to try to prove. But anyway, outside of that, he has 6 children through making love to a woman, I think they said. But he has 100 children through sperm donors that he's been doing for 15 years. And is going to split up his $17 billion between his 100 children. So obviously he's the French Elon Musk. And I'm just like, this just feels like some type of white racist stuff. It's like I gotta keep the white race going. How many of them children are from another race? That's what I want to know. But yeah, same thing as Elon Musk, just donating his sperm to women and creating 100 broken homes overall. And then he made it sound like he was doing them a service. Like, yeah, I want them to live normal lives. And so they won't get the money till they're 30. So now you got to hang over your head, whatever your split is. You got to wait till you're 30, and you got to try to live life normal, knowing your father, who's an asshole that you'll probably never meet. Okay, so you're growing up with possibly a single mom, most likely a single mom, knowing your father's a billionaire, but you can't communicate with him, but he left you a bag. And that is to him a recipe for a healthy life somehow. So I hope in his what do you call it? The thing, his will that he leaves free therapy for the rest of his life. So yeah, like I said before, I think you just get to a certain level in life where you just have so much money and your fucking insight shifts. You just can't see what it's like to be normal. It happened to me one time. I remember when my rent was super cheap and I was making a good amount for my rent, and for a second I forgot what it was like to like be struggling every day. Now I remember. But that was a good time. I was eating $20 dinners every night and just getting massages, and like, I forgot. So I can only imagine what it's like having billions. You can't imagine what it's like to just be living paycheck to paycheck, or just having a little bit of amount after you get your paycheck to pay your bills. So I wonder what his Juneteenth was like. I'm sure he doesn't celebrate Juneteenth. Well, he's French. But yeah, this is just some wild, weird, billionaire narcissistic stuff. The guy's only 40 years old. But a lot of men nowadays have a pregnancy a kink. They just want women to have their babies. So that's another thing women gotta watch out for outside of abuse and manipulation. So have fun with that, ladies. As we've all seen, we might go to war with Iran. And, MAGA's mad at Trump over this. We saw the Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz go back and forth. First of all, I don't even know. Why are we talking to Ted Cruz? Like, does he have, like, any authority? Is he one of the main people deciding this? We all know Pete Hegseth is going to do whatever Trump wants to do. Ted Cruz tried to blame it on the Bible. The Bible says we should... Oh, I forgot. Listen to Israel, protect Israel or something. Even Tucker Carlson was like, that don't make no sense. When the Bible just says we got to do what, protect the government of Israel. Whatever. So it's looking like the rumors about Netanyahu being a crazy war criminal is true. So CNN dropped a video, I think it was CNN, of over the years of him saying that Iran had nuclear weapons, and it's been 20 years. It's like, when has Iran has nuclear weapons? So people are saying Netanyahu just wants to have power over the region, and he wants to control the region. Basically, is what's happening, and it's weird because it's like Iran isn't the greatest people, but at the same time, you can't just missile their people, and innocent people are dying with this. So in trying to gaslight and make his point, Netanyahu was like, we don't know what could happen. What could happen next, it could be New York, right? So then a bunch of black people on TikTok were just like, say what? No, it's not going to happen in New York. No, he said it could be New York tomorrow. People are like, it won't be New York tomorrow. Okay, son, keep your war between Israel and Iran. Okay, I and I. Okay, not NY. All right. So that was just funny to me. So black people are not taking this war seriously. Okay, we're making TikToks. We're making jokes about it. We celebrating Juneteenth in the rain. No. So we just like, you're not going to hit New York. You're not going to ruin my run I'm having right now. I'm having a good run right now. I'm just saying that's what people are saying. I'm having an okay run. Some things are good in my life. Some things are bad. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. Everybody's like, I got stuff to do. I don't have time for your little war, your little attitude. Okay, Netanyahu. Okay, your name is named after a chocolate milk. Nobody got time for you. All right. With that being said, TikTok stays alive. Okay. Nobody even blinked an eye. All right, it was supposed to go down on Juneteenth. And Yeah, I didn't think it was going to. Trump said he was definitely going to extend it. They're saying that's not really legal. And TikTok is kind of an illegal app. I was watching a video. Casanai's mom was like, I can't get TikTok. I can't see my clips of me and you. So TikTok is technically banned. It's just not being enforced. And I got to be honest. If TikTok goes down, I will have nothing left in my life. TikTok is all I have. It's my girlfriend. It's my confidence. It's everything. No, obviously, I'm a well-rounded individual. I have other things going on, but TikTok is a big part of me feeling good about myself. I need the views. I am addicted, though. I was like, you know what? If it does go down for a day or two, that would be nice. Like, I can actually, go outside and see what that's like. What do people do when they're outside and they're not on TikTok? Yeah, so hopefully that stays live. No, man, a lot of people start their careers on there. A lot of people making money on there. Press secretary said 100 million people are using the app. And I don't know. I figured it out. It's a good way to get my comedy out there and people to find them. Find me humorous and funny. And then hopefully you'll listen to the podcast and come to live shows. Hasn't happened yet, but we're working. And you know what? I think the numbers are real. At first, I was like, they're just scamming me. Because some people said that. I think the apps do that sometimes. They just blow you up just for the fun of it. And it's not even real people. But some of the responses I'm getting now, I'm having fun. I have fun on TikTok. TikTok is fun, man. The comments are funny. My followers are funny. Or the people that comment on my stuff is funny. So that's it, man. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the holiday. Hope you enjoyed this weekend. And, have a little fun. Keep laughing. And keep showing up. You got to keep showing up. No matter how hard it gets. You can mourn whatever your losses are. But keep showing up and keep working towards something. And it'll turn around. So I'll leave you with that. Wisdom Royce, Monk Royce. And thanks for listening to the Gossip and Intellectual Podcast. Have a great weekend. Bye.